Hello everyone, I am back and once again, good morning and assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to focus definitely on chapter 2, and from chapter 2 we are going to address part 2. That's what we said, development of culture around the world. As we said in my last class, in our last recordings, culture is something that shape our lives, that frame our life. We are in a society and we are cultural, we are human beings. The reason we are human, the reason we are social, the reason is we have a culture. So today we are saying like how does a culture develop in a society? How does culture develop around the world? By the development of culture, what we wanted to mean in sociology, the way of life, the way of thinking, the totality that includes our food habit, our clothing, our music, our art, etc., etc., etc. Behavior, norms, values, etc. That is something changing. So the culture we have, what do you mean by that development of culture? The way of life, the way of thinking. We had in the same society, in our society, in the same country, 100 years back, 50 years back. Definitely, and I believe you all agree with me, we are not having same way of life, same way of thinking, in other way, same culture we are not having today. 50 years back, the culture we had, the way of life we had, the way of thinking we had, the norms we had, the values we had, the tradition we had, the pattern of music we had, the pattern of dresses we had, it is different today. So in the name of development of culture, this is a section we will address what makes the development of culture. In other way, we can say, what are the things behind, what are the factors behind that contribute or contributing or contributed or will contribute to develop the culture. The culture today we are having, the way of life we are having today, the way of thinking we are having today, it is definitely different than my previous generation. The way of life they had 50 years back, 100 years back. We the people in the same society, in the same country, we are having different way of thinking, different cultures. We are different in terms of so many things. That's we said culture. And the way of life we are having today, the way we are thinking, the values we have, the norms we have, the perception we have regarding the cultural practices, certainly it's going to be different after 100 years in the same society. That's what we wanted to mean by development of culture. So before going to discuss, before going to focus on development of culture, let me start explaining development of culture by asking a question. If I ask you, what makes the difference between you and your previous generation? Or if I ask you the question, do you find any difference between you and your parents, you and your grandparents? I know the answer is going to be yes, there is. How do you differ? You may say so many things. To me, the difference, end of the day, it is between you and your parents, you and your grandparents. It's way of thinking, way of life, perception, behavior. In terms of cultural everything, every aspect, you are going to find difference between you and your parents. So question is, some of you we do say it's a generation gap. So what is generation gap? The way my parents think, the way my grandparents thought, my thinking on the same issue, on the same culture, on the same practice is different. The way your parents thought, the way your parents think, and the way you think, it is different. How do you define it? It's all about cultural gap. It's all about cultural difference. To me, whatever we are saying, cultural gap or generation gap, let me relate that. It's all about because of cultural development. The reasons your parents, your grandparents, my grandparents, they thought, their way of life, their way of thinking was different, their culture was different than us, than you. Why it happens? And it happens not only in our society, it happens not only around you, rather it happens all around the world. Why it happens, how it happens. That's what we are going to address today as development of culture. So if I ask you, what makes the difference between you and your parents, once again, in the name of cultural gap, in the name of generation gap, I said it is because of development of culture. So what are the factors? What are the causes behind that developed culture? There are so many factors. The first one we will focus, it is discovery. The second one, it is globalization. When we are saying globalization, it means so many things. Advancement of technology, connection, network, communication, innovation, etc., etc. So after globalization, it is diffusion, it is technology. I repeat, the reason the cultural development, the reason development of culture around the world in your society is happening. The reason you are finding, the reason we find cultural gap or generation gap or development of culture between you and your parents is because of discovery. It's because of globalization. It's because of innovation. It's because of invention. It's because of diffusion. It's because of technology. These are the 4 or 5 factors. So let me focus on discovery. What is discovery? It's nothing other than introducing new ideas. New ideas. Then the idea, for example, how do you communicate with your friends? How you are connected with your friends? How you are connected with the people of the other country? You will say technology, you will say internet, you will say social media. The social media, the facilities of internet we have now. My previous generation, my parents or your grandparents, they had not have technology as you are having. So what is technology? What is social media? What is internet? It's nothing other than introducing new ideas. So discovery, innovation, or invention, whatever you do call, it's nothing other than a way of introducing new ideas. The way we people are having new ideas every day and every time, every moment. You are lucky. We are lucky. The people we are living in our society, we are lucky. The way we are connected, the way we can interact, the way we can communicate. See, this is a record. I am doing a record and I am sharing with you my lectures. Doesn't matter you are not in front of me in my class. It's a new idea. Ask your parents, ask your grandparents whether they had this opportunity or not. We all are staying at home because of pandemic, because of Corona-19. But we are not missing our class. We are connected. Online class. We are giving you record. We are giving you Google Drive, link for reading materials. This was not possible for our previous generation. And things are improving. And after 100 years, after 50 years, maybe they will have some better opportunity to be connected in the class, to get the records. End of the day, for everything, culture, food habit, the food you are having, the food available around you in your city. It's nothing other than introducing new ideas. So even you can ask, you can think about the music, the pattern of music. What type of music you like? What type of dress you like? I will say, look, everything is all about, end of the day, development of culture, and it happens because of introduction of new ideas. How? In the name of discovery, in the name of innovation, in the name of invention. The second point, we said globalization. We are in a global world. The world became global village. The world became like a village. What do you mean by global village? Just close your eyes, then imagine a village, a small community, small number of people. They know each other. They are connected with each other. They have communication with each other. They have interaction with each other. So they are in a small geographical area. And the whole world became like a village. That's what we are saying, global village. What do you mean by that? Look, how far you are, where you are now, that doesn't matter. The globalization made it possible to get access, to be connected in a network, within a network. You have access to everything anytime. If you want to know about Australia, if you want to know about Brazil, if you want to have a friendship with someone in Europe, you are all the time connected. You are all the time connected. You have access to the information. If you want to read a book, if you want to get access to the Library of Congress, if you want to get access to the Library of British Library, you can get access. How it became possible? It became possible because we are in a global world, because we are in a global society. That's what we said, global village. Who made it possible? In the name of globalization, it's all about network, connection, interconnection. As a result of global world, the boundary, the limitation, the border, idea of border between or among culture, that does not work anymore. If you want to see, if I want to watch an American movie, a movie from Hollywood, I can watch it. Doesn't matter where am I. I just want to do, I just want to see, I just want to get access, I can get it anytime and instantly, which was absent, which was not possible for my grandparents from my previous generation in the same society 50 years back. Cultural development. Who is your favorite actor? Who is your favorite player? What is your favorite football club? I can tell you with guarantee, the favorite actor or actress, maybe it's going to be Tom Cruise, for example. For me, it's Tom Cruise. Favorite actress, Nicole Kidman, for me. For me, it's favorite actress, Nicole Kidman. My favorite football club, Liverpool, for example. Real Madrid. Your favorite football club, Manchester United. Your favorite football club, Arsenal. Your favorite football club, Chelsea. Look, PSG, Bayern Munich. How it became possible? You have access. You know who are they. You know when they are playing. Globalization. Doesn't matter I am from Bangladesh. My favorite football club is Manchester United. So Man U is a football club. It's not a local football club from England. Rather, it's a global football club. It's a globally local football club for all of us. Ronaldo, he is a player from Portugal, but it's my favorite. Globally local, and he became global player. Look, so all the things in terms of music, in terms of cinema, in terms of behavior, in terms of education, if you want to get access, you can get access to anything. If you want to know something, you can know anything, anytime. How it became possible? Globalization. So development of culture around the world became possible because of globalization. A process of globalization, network, connection, connectivity. After globalization, another factor, diffusion. So what is diffusion? Diffusion is nothing that diffusion as a factor. Contributing, contributed, contributing, and will contribute for cultural development. So what is diffusion? It's nothing, a process, a technique, a way of spreading cultural items from one society to another society, from one country to another country. As a result, the world became like a world of common cultures. What do you mean? Look, what is your favorite food? Ask yourself. What is your favorite food? Just for example, ask your friends. Ask yourself. Maybe your favorite food is pizza. Maybe your favorite food is pasta. Maybe your favorite food is hot dog. Maybe your favorite food is these and that, etc., etc., etc. Look, burger, sandwich. Is it my food? Is it our traditional food? Of course not. Have we ever had a feelings? Have we ever had a feelings? It's not my food. Why not? As a result of diffusion, as a result of spreading the ideas, pizza, pasta, and all those food, Chinese food, Mexican food, Caribbean food, all over the world, it has been spreaded from country to country. As a result, it becomes common everywhere. For example, randomly, the straight start walking down through a road. I repeat, if you start walking randomly through a road, any road, let's say for example, Shah Masjid Road, let's say for example, Times Square in England, in New York, you will see in Dhaka, in Gulshan, in Dhanmondi, in New York, in London, nothing is like local. Everything became global. If you go to London, you will see lots of Indian restaurants over there. They are selling Indian food, Bangladeshi curry, Bangladeshi rice. In Bangladesh, we are selling Chinese food, Mexican food, Arabian food. How it became possible? In terms of sociology, it is as a result of diffusion, spreading out of the cultural items. How it happens? It happens as a development, as a result of, as an opportunity, as an normal things, like it diffused from society to society, from country to country. So let me make a summary of this section. Basically, it is all about how does culture develop around the world, around your country, around your society. It happens because of globalization, because of technology, because of diffusion, because of innovation, because of discovery. That's all about today. The next part and next section from this chapter, we will focus elements of culture. So for now, Allah Hafiz and Assalamu alaikum.